Something big is happening in artificial intelligence right now. For years, the AI race mostly revolved around giant technology companies: Microsoft, Amazon, Meta, Google, OpenAI, XAI. Massive corporations raced to secure Nvidia chips so they could build larger and more powerful AI systems. But now the stories involved, the story has evolved into something much bigger. Increasingly, more and more entire countries are now entering the race. We've got Saudi Arabia, the UAE, United Arab Emirates, France, Canada, India, Japan, the UK. Governments and sovereign backed groups are now pouring enormous resources into AI infrastructure projects that are tied directly to NVIDIA hardware. Psychologically and emotionally, this changes the meaning of the entire AI boom. It's no longer just about chatbots or image generators or Silicon Valley hype. Now we may be entering a world where entire countries fear being left behind technologically. Entire countries now have FOMO. Wait a minute, wait for us, and that's a completely different level of urgency because whoever controls AI infrastructure in the future may hold enormous economic and geopolitical power. And at the center of much of this infrastructure sits NVIDIA. And once again, all roads lead to NVIDIA. And that's what makes this story so fascinating. NVIDIA is no longer just, selling GPUs to startups and hyperscalers. Increasingly, NVIDIA may be becoming the infrastructure backbone for a new generation of AI economies. I mean, think about how enormous this shift really is. Countries are now discussing sovereign AI initiatives, national compute infrastructure, regional AI campuses, domestic supercomputing projects, state supported AI ecosystems. In other words, AI is now evolving from a corporate competition into something much closer to a global strategic race. It's almost an AI infrastructure arms race. And once governments start competing for tech dominance, things can accelerate very quickly. And that's part of why NVIDIA's rise has become so extraordinary. The company isn't just riding a tech cycle anymore. It's positioned at the center of a once in a generation global infrastructure build out. You know, they can't no one can build anything without Nvidia chips, you know. I mean, talk about cornering the market. So emotionally, this creates a powerful dynamic in markets. Investors start asking themselves, well, what happens if AI becomes as important as electricity, the internet, or oil? You know, what happens if countries decide they can't afford to fall behind? Because fear of missing out, it doesn't exist only among individual investors. entire companies and now entire countries, they can feel it too. And once governments start spending aggressively to secure strategic advantages, entire industries can transform. Now, of course, none of this guarantees permanent success for Nvidia because technology changes and competition increases. Political tensions can shift quickly, and expectations surrounding Nvidia are already extremely high. But what makes this moment so remarkable is the scale of what's unfolding, right? This is no longer just a story about a stock or even about a company. It's become a story about how the world is reorganizing itself around AI. And Nvidia, well, once again, Nvidia currently sits at the very center of all this. I'll see you next time.